Welcome to Shade and the City. I am your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and today we are here to give y'all 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, the tell all part one, y'all. And it was straight shenanigans, okay? So if you haven't already, all of our new viewers and our Shade Squad, y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm not even gonna hold you. Do I have okay? I guess 4 pages of notes is normal for a tell all. Usually it's a little longer if it's interesting. Um, But that's not what this gave. But we'll get into it. And let's get shady. All right, y'all. So we start this episode off. Um, Loren is talking to some pigeons, and even they don't want to be
I
around
so
him.
skip past all of that.
Is what my notes say. Even the pigeons don't want him. Okay. They said we don't want no Loren. That is the guy that can't get love from me. Okay. So Brian is expecting to get a lot of heat about Ingrid as well, but says that he can't wait to expose her for who she really is. And then Brian and Lauren meet, and he's confused by him and Lauren and his sexcapades. So Joe comes in ready to be attacked as well, but says he doesn't care because he would never take advice from about love from any of his castmates. Niles, we see him on the way talking to Matilda. He asks her to stop him if he gets too angry. And then he meets up with Vanya. Tiger Lily and Adnan show up, and he said that he loves living in Texas, and that the visa process went through quickly. And like Niles said, you got to have a good amount of money, and so clearly they got that process moved. Okay, not to mention they probably had a lawyer help. Anyway, so and we'll get into that later. But Adnan, you need to be careful with all that mouth and you down there in Texas, because you real close to the border, sir. Okay, I'm just saying, January 20th is around the corner. You better watch yourself. So, Tiger Lily knows that the cast will probably think Adnan is too controlling, but she isn't really worried about it. And Adnan says that he hopes to get along with the cast, but says that he'll give them respect if he gets it, and if he get anything else, he's ready to give it back. And was he? Okay. And Vanya basically says she's not really feeling him. She's all about women's empowerment. So then Adnan asked Loren if he's still sick, and actually is refusing to shake his hand because he's not willing to risk getting anything that Loren had. And I said, well, Adnan, for once, I actually am sitting 10 toes down with you in this one, because Loren is just nasty. He's a nasty piece of work. But go ahead, Nail. Start off the tell all. Tell us what's
All
going
right.
on.
So everybody got on stage, all except for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Renee, because we
I
know
know.
they ain't wanting
Oh,
that.
you know what's so funny? I was getting ready to tell you, you said her name wrong. Because even though it's written Renee, well, not Renee here, but it's Rain.
Rain. Mm-hmm.
Rain. It's
Yeah.
Rain.
It's spelled rain.
Sometimes it's all like a misty rain.
She don't get that song. So Sean started off by congratulating Adnan and Tiger Lily on their 6 week old baby, and even showed a
That
picture of
baby is
little
a cutie pie.
Judy.
Yeah.
She was. Lauren and Faith. Um, Basically they were not in communication after he left the Philippines, but said we back like we never left. Okay, we talking every day. Okay, like nothing
Gotta
happened.
find my way back
No,
to you,
no,
baby.
no.
That's what he was
He trying to
giving.
find his way back to the Philippines. Um, then
He had to
he
find his
said
way back. That he had to find his way back though.
to anybody.
To
Uh,
anybody. That's the
so
bad part.
he said that they're back engaged, but she ain't got no ring. He said that he sent 5 Philippine boxes, okay, but one of them was picked through by drug addicts, and she never got the rings.
Lying.
That's definitely what it's giving. So, but then what happened to the ring that she gave back?
He probably sold it or pawned it because he ain't got no money. He needed to. What are we talking about?
That man said he's sending money. He said he eating out the trash so he can send her money. Okay. Um,
I don't believe that.
Faith Faith said, "Listen, it don't matter because she don't consider them being engaged anyway." Uh, Vanya,
Because they weren't really ever together.
what's that girl name? Not Vanya. What's the other girl?
Tiger.
Bea.
Oh,
Bea.
bad.
Bea said she couldn't make it because she's dealing with gallstones. Vanya says that seeing Bojo, she's feeling disappointed and some sadness, but really she actually seemed my phase to me. Sean asked Joey why he was saying Magda's name wrong, and he said, in Poland they pronounce it Majna, and he kind of put it together, and she ain't never correct him anyway. So Niles and Matilda haven't seen each other in 10 months. Brian and Ingrid are still broken up, and they both got somebody new in their lives. So then Sean starts off with Faith and Loren and said there's a lot um, you know, going on that last night, and asked if they were back together. She said they are, but they're not engaged. She got emotional because she said she really does love him. And that's her first relationship. And Vanya asked, girl, is it just trauma bond? Like, what is it? Okay. She says she just wants somebody to love her truly, and that's hard to find, being a lady boy. I'm getting tired of hearing that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Niles told her
So
that
I think anything, and that's not to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I'm mad at her sister for that because I think her sister put that in her head and
mhm,
made her think because her sister's also a lady boy. You know, and so I think that I was with Faith when she was like, okay, but I'm not gonna deal with
her
anything.
sister's also in a small little village too. I would think that they're a little bit. She doesn't have access to as much.
Right,
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if that even matters, but Niles basically told her that Lauren showed you who he is. Believe him. Okay. Then said he was making all these gestures and said that Lauren basically doesn't hear half the things that he says. It feels like, the gestures he was making was kind of like threatening gestures. And everybody got in his ass about how he smiles every time he got something to say. That annoys the hell out of me, which I said it is. He said it's his defense mechanism. Yes, and I mean, it's clear that it is, but sir, you're grown. Okay,
right,
please stop it. Um, Then everybody pretty much raised their hand in support that Faith should have left his ass a long time ago and never went back. I think except for Tiger Lily and Adnan, I think they just weren't interested.
right.
Magda said that he slept with everybody because he for the streets. Um, and basically, how can you trust this man? He said that he has a chat log, and it definitely says that he has physical sex. I think he was saying from the front and from the back is what I understood. They bleeped it out, but that's what I got. He said that he told her, but apparently, it got misconstrued at some point. He said when he said he was sleeping at his friend's house, she asked if that means that he was having sex, and he told her yes, that he had sex with his friends. Faith said she don't remember none of that. Okay, and it don't even matter because after that night, she deleted all the messages and blocked his ass. Magda doesn't understand how he loves her so much and he's sleeping with his friends. Then they brought out his friend and
Esther.
ex-girlfriend Esther. Um and his friend, and she
Well, I
basically
mean that doesn't surprise me because we know he likes to smash his friends. So
mhm. And his friend basically said that he just kind of sleeps around and has a backup plan. And the only people that really ever stopped him from doing this was her and Faith. She says she feels bad for not having him elaborate to Faith what it meant when he says that he was sleeping at his friends' houses. Then Sean asked him if he brought his plane ticket specifically to go see Faith, and he said no, it was a part of a pyramid scheme. Apparently, there was another woman that pretended to be in love with his ass, had him buy a ticket, and then suckered him out of his money in a marriage scheme. In a marriage scam. And he was just kind of like, okay, well, I lost that one, got to find another one. And a few days later, he started talking to Faith. Um, Vanya asked if he loves Faith for Faith, or is it just because she checked the boxes of being trans and living in the Philippines? And he didn't really answer it for real. He said, she's awesome, she works hard, and I think we will work great together and have a great life together. He
That's
said that he has
bullshit.
exactly. He said he hasn't seen her in 11 months, and the week that they were apart, he did have sex with the same chick that gave this man gonorrhea.
That was nasty
That
work.
was
And I'm happy, even though I did feel like Niles was doing a lot this episode, I'm happy that he called his ass out.
what? I don't know what that's supposed to say, but basically they got into oh, okay. Actually, it was never before seen. If my thing says November. I was like,
Oh, I gotta go off screen for this one. This is just nasty.
then
Then
they got into
now this is true nasty work.
his never before seen sexcapades. Okay. Him having a conversation with Faith and talking about how he drinks urine. And she seemed a little grossed out, but a little curious, if I'm being honest. She didn't seem totally disgusted. Um, Niles told him, there's 5 type of people in this world, and you're the last 2 that I can't stand, stupid and evil. What?
I'm with Niles.
Oh, and nobody really quite understands why Faith is still, with this man, except for Brian. He says he believes it's because Loren is help supporting her and her family. And she says she appreciates his help, but she ain't asked for it. And that money's still in the bank, Bookie. Now, there is a discrepancy about how much it is. He said it's about 8K. She said no. And
And even when he broke it down, why I sent you 200 this time, and then I
it
sent you
didn't,
a
it
thousand.
didn't sound like no 8K.
Right.
But he said regardless, he wants to take care of her, wants to help her family get a home, and he will continue to send her money.
We know that's a lie. And I'm really not. Even though I think Niles did a lot on this tell all, I I gotta give it when he was giving Loren the business, and Loren was just like, I don't get it. Like he just irritates me. And then when the girl was like, I can't help it if he's not street smart. No, he's stupid. I'm sorry. Let's call a thing a thing. You can not be street smart and not be dumb. And in the words of
And,
Adnan,
and then for him to say, "Oh, well, if she told me to stop, I would stop." Why does somebody have to tell you to
tell
stop?
you. No, it was when Niles asked him, well, if everybody jumps off a cliff, somebody tells you don't go jump off a
Oh,
cliff, are you gonna do it?
well,
And
I
he
had
said, well, actually, there we used to jump off cliff. And I said, shut the fuck, man,
that's
stop,
exactly yeah.
stop, cut. I love when Sean was like, on to the next. We're not gonna feed into this bullshit. I'm so weird, not 15 minutes. I'm sorry. He just
Yeah.
made me real mad. 38 hot. So anyway, y'all, we're gonna move on to Vanya and Bojo. All right. Now the cast call out Bojo for leading Vanya on.
They call
Bojo
him
said,
Bojo the clown.
right. If y'all was watching the reviews, just say that. Just say that. Don't steal my and then not put a name on it. I'm just saying, give a bitch a shout out or something. Anyway, so Bozo says that he would joke with her and call her wifey. Nas tells him that if he didn't mean it, he shouldn't have said it. Bozo said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm really calling him Bozo." Bojo said that the chemistry was lacking, and he let her go to protect her. So Brian tells her she should have given him more time. Brian,
Brian need to shut the hell up.
you inserted yourself in so many conversations when you should have just, what's the word I'm looking for? STFU. STFU, okay? Because you have, but just because you are some type of gigolo and you pay for these women to deal with you,
You
not
sound like
everybody,
you sound like Adnan right now.
right?
I'm not taking your advice.
You're a gigolo, my dude. You pay for women to like you because your person, it's not even about your condition, and some of it may be about your
And
condition.
that's why he kept on
But
talking about what's her face?
He
Face
did the same. He
face
did the same
face
thing to
wanting her for
Matilda,
money.
and right, and he did the
Matilda
same
wanting
thing to
her for
Faith.
money. He just can't
Right,
fathom the fact that somebody actually wants them for them.
right. And look, and the difference is now. Don't get me wrong. Loren is a butthole. Well, you and Loren about neck and neck. Maybe that's why y'all like each other because
That's why he
y'all both have crappy personalities. Okay, that's why don't nobody like you. People can get over ailments and things like that and move on. It's your attitude. That's what's not changing. And
Mhm.
as you said, I thought you was going to do some work on yourself, but I guess you still working, brother. But anyway, so you know, Adnan is curious as to why Bojo would let someone like Vanya down. Bojo admits that Vanya is basically out of his league. They bring Vanya's cousin Sanella out to give her thoughts, and she asked Bojo, like, why didn't he even try after talking to her for so long? And Bojo said that he did try. Adnan's still confused. He's like, I just don't get it, man. She's sexy, she fine. She got the little tickets. She was hitting him with the Ashley breast pump. Anyway, and so then Bojo uses the example of some movie. I don't know what it was, didn't care. Joe
Think of
asked,
Rush Hour, wasn't
was
it?
it no, I don't think it was that. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know what movie he was talking about in that scene. So Joe asked if he has a girlfriend and says he
Oh,
thinks
Anger Management with Adam Sandler.
yes, anger management. I know he said something about Adam Sandler because he thinks he's funny, but you're no Adam Sandler. So basically he took Joe was asking him like, yo, you got a girlfriend? And he says that no, he doesn't have a girlfriend, but he basically says that Sean asked Vanya about the girlfriend and said if they were still in communication after he got back with Vanya. Vanya reveals that his ex actually reached out to her. So then Sean reads the text, and we learn Bojo had planned to propose to the ex, but she broke it off first, and because she believed she was being played, basically. And Bojo denies talking to them at the same time, says there was no crossing of the two, and he wasn't emotionally involved. And I love when Magda says it's because he saw Vanya as a friend, so he didn't see it as
Period.
cheating.
I said, clock it, man.
Right. So look, and you know how she felt about these friends, so you knew she was gonna clock
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
And so Bojo admits that he may have talked to Vanya in a friendly way, but he never talked to both of them romantically. Even Adnan jumps in to call him out for being, not being truthful. And they asked if he has another girlfriend. Bojo says he needs to leave because he's 2 hours late for a meeting
At 10 o'clock at night.
at 10 o'clock at night. And
Brian
then
said, he ain't got no job, man.
And that was my last line. She points out he ain't got a job. Where the fuck is he going? And yeah, the producers are trying to get him back, but we all know Bojo ain't coming back. Baby, come back.
They said he was going on a date. So then Sean jumps into Adnan getting upset when she confronted him about when Tiger Lily confronted him about his intent to make his brother their power of attorney. She
Mm-hmm.
said Adnan took back the power of attorney, and Vanya said, she should have stood firm on the post-nup agreement because if she was in her position, she would want to do everything to protect what she has. And Adnan said, why didn't you protect yourself and both of those men from
Ooh,
leaving? That was
ooh.
leaving. I said, Adnan, Adnan.
Are you auditioning for the Real Husbands of Texas? I know.
Right.
Because that's what it's giving.
Vanya said, you can recover from emotions, but money is harder. Sean asked Cruz if he still believes that Adnan is, manipulating Tiger Lily, and having her rushing to having kids. And he said yes. Tiger Lily said that she wasn't forced to do anything, and she knew that she wanted to marry this man. And Vanya asked if they feel like they should have, given it more time, you know, to know each other before starting a family. And Adnan said he don't see any point in wasting any time. Sean told Tiger Lily that during the season, she spoke up more. And it seems like right now she's just agreeing with everything that he says and wants to know why the sudden change. She said really
Everybody,
it depends
she's
on,
on.
huh?
Everybody on mute.
Period. She said really it depends on what the issue is. As far as clothing, she needed specifics and she has zero tolerance for double standards. Vanya basically said that he's beating her down and not recognizing all the changes that she's made. He said that they both changed for each other, while Niles feels like he refuses to let Tiger Lily speak. He said he's a controlling person because he wants the best for his family. Um, then they, do a never before seen look at Tiger Lily having a conversation with his mom, asking about the rules in a marriage.
I
And
love this
he said
scene.
she said, y'all are both free in life and no one can control the other. And asked if Adnan has imposed any rules on her. Tiger Lily asked about the clothing, and his mom basically said, as Arabs, that's just how we dress. But, you're not obligated to, or I think she said you shouldn't be obliged to.
Right.
And she said that she will not allow Adnan or his brothers to suppress their wives. They said, well, basically it's Adnan that has a small mind because his mom just said it's basically proved that it's not a religion thing, it's an Adnan thing. And Sean asked Tiger Lily what she thought about the conversation. She said that she had with his mom, and she said that she was trying to figure out how to phrase it in the best way possible. And then Adnan told her, "Be careful." Tiger Lily
Yeah.
basically,
When I was like, was that a threat?
everybody was like, "Did he just say be careful?" Yes, he did. He
He
absolutely
did.
did. Tiger Lily basically said the things that he does is to keep their marriage strong. Joey feels like Tiger Lily is holding back because she's worried that she's going to piss Adnan off. So he decided to get up and leave and told Tiger Lily answer whatever questions they have for you. And if anybody said anything messed up or anything wrong, they're going to be in trouble with his ass. Tiger Lily said that she says what she wants to say, and Adnan, walked off to show them that it has nothing to do with him being there. Brian told her that she's a hair away from from having a burqa on, and she
Mhm.
said, "Sir, you do realize I just had a baby, so I'm not 100% comfortable with my body."
Right.
And then during the break,
And
she was
she did look beautiful
yes,
though.
she
She really
did. She
did.
was amazing. And then during the break, she went backstage to go check on her man. Vanya feels like Adnan doesn't respect her, especially, to say that she has a small mind, and she feels like Tiger Lily is comfortable being controlled. But we know that. Adnan went to go talk to everybody else and they basically told him that he was dead ass wrong. And he said that, you know what, y'all just don't understand me. And said that he's not listening to none of them. Basically, is BS coming out of their mouth.
Brian, well, no, what it was for me is when he told Brian, "Why would I listen to you? You ended up in a wheelchair. You was out here doing in the streets." And he was like, "I know, but I'm just trying to teach you that like you're gonna see things differently in life and you're gonna mature." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not taking advice from the guy that's in a wheelchair because
What he said, he said, you're trying to give me advice to be a bad man or something like that.
right." Um, so basically Tiger Lily thinks the other couples are hating on him. And backstage Vanya is saying she would never let a man tell her that she has a small mind, and said that Tiger Lily has Stockholm syndrome, basically.
No, you would just let a man tell you all types of BS to get you over to his country and then tell you he don't want you.
Well, there's that. Well, Deshaun does follow up when they get back on stage, or when a few of them get back on stage, to follow up on the conversation that happened backstage. Brian explains what happened, and Sonny admits that he thinks Adnan is using religion to be controlling. So then Sean moves on to Niles and Matilda and asks why they've been separated for 11 months when he said he would have her back there in 5 months. And asked what's taking so long. And Niles said, I'm not made of money. And this visa process, guess what? It costs money. And it doesn't work that quickly.
Did he just
Okay.
get this good ass job?
So I was thinking that same thing.
But
So
he paid about 4K already, right? And ain't gonna
yeah,
talk to
he said
about
he paid about $4,000 to make it happen. Vanya, and then somebody suggested, well, have you asked Mr. Art? And he said, obviously he hasn't, but he might give him a call after the show. And I'm thinking like, but don't you still owe him for the bride price?
I thought it was a joke. But what bothered me was when he was like, "Oh yeah, I paid half, but I got to talk to Matilda about coming up with the other half." Why? You want her to come up with 4K? Selling what did she sell? Plantains?
Plantons.
Yeah, sir, bye.
So then basically somebody asked, Vanya asked if his parents have changed their mind about Matilda. He says no. And then I love when he checked Vanya because she was like, oh, well, you don't think, and he said, remember when you asked me the first time? He said, didn't you watch it? So why would you? He said, so run that back in your mind again.
He said ask yourself again.
Right. I said, Niles, you.
I was literally thinking the same thing, but this is what he talked about when he was like, so basically, sometimes he's too brutal.
Right. So basically he reveals that the parents think she's a scammer. We know that. And Brian asked Matilda if he lived in Peru, would she still want Niles? See, I didn't like this. This is what I'm talking about, Brian.
That's because Brian is used to getting used. He can't fathom somebody wanting them for them.
For them. Again, that says a lot about you, brother. So Matilda, because trust me, somebody can get along with a man that they don't like with money, okay? It's you. It's you, brother.
Exactly.
So Matilda says Nas can come to Ghana and she'll be just as happy. So don't try to play in my face, okay?
Period.
I just want my husband. My what is this? Squishy, squishy. Okay.
Not his squishy.
My squishy, squishy. and yeah, so then Adnan and Tiger Lily return. Adnan comes back saying he just wants respect from everyone. Vanya explains that she just wants Tiger Lily to be loved and feel respected. And Adnan admits that he said he's not basically that he's not taking advice from someone in a wheelchair. Brian tells him he knows nothing, and he says he thinks Tiger Lily wants a more mature Adnan. And then Tiger's like, "Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say that." And so Adnan goes on a rant and asks how Niles will feel about Matilda, showing her body. And Matilda does say, "Yeah, Niles will be jealous." And Niles is like,
This is
"No,
when
I
Niles
wouldn't."
got mad. This is when Niles got mad.
And so then he calls Niles her sugar daddy, and then Niles threatens to break his face. And then we end part 1 of the tell-all. Where is it? Where is it when you need it? Where is it? Oh, I can't reach it. My neck, my back. There we go. End of B90. Okay. Tell all part 1. So yeah, y'all drop down in the comments, let us know what you thought. At least you got 28 minutes out of us, so y'all should be happy. Because it really wasn't that much to give. And we done seen it already. Ain't nobody changed. Don't look like nobody grew, learned nothing. And it's the same cast of fools that we watch a whole season of and didn't need 18 episodes or 19 episodes of. But if y'all haven't already, please make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you guys are subscribed.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the BlueSky, the IG, and the Facebook. And look, we don't know how much longer we're going to be on TikTok, but
supposedly they're supposed to be extending it for another, 270 days?
Well, yeah, follow us on the TikTok for now. We'll let you know what happens. But yeah, help us get to 1,000 subscribers so we can go live on TikTok. And then yeah, you can catch us live and say all the things that y'all want to say in a moment when we ain't really got nothing to say because this didn't have a lot to give. All right, y'all. But we thank y'all. We love y'all. Have a blessed week and happy hump day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.